Good readings, YouTube. SardonicSkeptic here. Cheers. Has it ever occurred to anyone that YouTube's system perfectly insulates and protects false flaggers and dock droppers, while at the same time making it perfectly easy for these people to harass people? Has that occurred to anyone lately? It certainly has occurred to me. Anyway, I want to do one last video on the subject. Well, I don't really want to do it, but I promised I would, and I'm not one to break a promise, so here I am. I'm going to explain the whole story from my perspective. I know I wasn't there for some of it, and my memory might be slightly inaccurate, but I still stand by everything I say here, and you guys can make your own judgments and talk to the people I mention. So, let's get started, shall we? This started, I think, at least a month ago, maybe. I came across some video by this guy with an obscenely pretentious username that's so pretentious it's unpronounceable. It's Bin Then Fo or something. I don't care, really. We've just been calling him Bin. And there was also a video by Ross K, his ex-girlfriend, that I came across. And I was watching this shit, and it seemed, you know, like this is sort of bullshit. They were complaining about being kicked out of Feminist Tube, and I thought, from their side of the story, maybe they were being a little mean to them. So I figured I'd subscribe and, you know, keep an eye on them. I give them a pat on the back and pat on the head, what the fuck ever. I didn't really care that much, and I still don't. I don't think that if anyone gets kicked out of a group, it's really the end of the world. We're not required to like each other here on YouTube. In fact, that kind of system would just be horrible if it was true. And that's certainly the kind of system YouTube's trying to create, isn't it? Instead, it just protects false flaggers and DMCA abusers. But moving on. A while later, I was on Skype, and I was talking to a user who's not a content provider, but he damn well should be. He's brilliant. I'm talking about Unhappy Test Tube Baby. And he told me that Jedi Master Boo Boo is someone he follows, and apparently she'd been false flagged. So I figured, hey, that's bullshit, and he was contemplating whether he should mirror the video or not, because he doesn't really want to put anything on his channel. And I figured, you know, what the fuck, go do it, man, and I'll do it too, just out of solidarity. So I did. And of course, Diana Boston comes by later and says, hey, I've been false flagged too over the same bullshit. I'm like, oh, well, okay, whatever, I guess. I'll flood my subscribers' inbox, don't give a shit. Mirror those videos, so I mirrored her 3 videos. And I went to bed, came back later, found out that I'd been false flagged. Apparently, the people that mirrored the videos of me mirroring the video got false flagged. I got false flagged on my video telling people that I'd been false flagged. It seems every time someone mentions Bin's name in a negative context in a video, it gets false flagged. And I get rather suspicious when he comes on my channel afterwards, stating that it wasn't a false flag, that it was in fact a legitimate flag. But he didn't do it. Here's the thing, Bin. If you think an action is justifiable and just, and you don't do it, you're either lazy or a coward. So which is it? Are you lazy, a coward, or a false flagger? Or all 3? I'm going to go with all 3 on that one. So at about this time, I find out what really happened on Feminist Tube, and the provocation for this fucking flag campaign is so stupid, it makes me want to fucking nuke YouTube. Just so there can be no hint of this taint left around. Apparently, this bitch Ross K was whining that people were ignoring her. Specifically, Nuclear Knight. She came to her with some crap about feminism or something, and Nuclear Knight was like, okay, that's kind of beneath me, and I don't care, and it's stupid. And she decided to leave the internet forever. I mean, if I PM Lee Doran about something about conservatism or whatever, and he's like, you know, I don't have time to talk to you right now, or I don't care, or just read a goddamn book, I'll live. I'll get over it. But apparently she couldn't. She had to leave in the loudest manner possible while her ex-boyfriend threw a temper tantrum in Feminist Tube. She sends a PM to Diana Boston, who inexplicably, I guess she's a lot nicer than I am, entertained her bullshit for about 5 PMs before she started screaming about how abusive Diana was, that she wasn't jumping in and attacking Nuclear Knight on her own. And by the way, if you want to pick a fight with someone, pick a goddamn fight with someone. Plenty of people have picked a fight with Nuclear Knight. And I don't recall anyone demanding anyone else's support in doing so. I don't remember Nuclear Knight demanding the support of anyone else for the fights she gets in or gets singled out for repeatedly. Grow a fucking backbone. So yeah, apparently Bin got kicked out for being an asshole, and Ross K left the internets forever, but shortly thereafter there's this constant false flagging campaign, and it just wouldn't stop. And apparently Mad Shangy's name came up at some point, and he kind of made it seem suspicious when he said, "I flag my shit. You flag my shit, now I flag yours," in his video, and he opened up a channel, "I flag stupid people." It looked suspicious, but I've been talking with him. I don't think he actually flagged the videos, and yeah. Also, the Elmo's Evil at one point sat on a name of a false flagger. Link in the description. I believe it was Summon Sunset. I'll have to check that again, but that's why I don't really want to make this video. This is just off the cuff. Anyway, somehow he felt it would be advisable and would cast doubt if he just didn't reveal this shit and sort of sat there with a thumb up his ass while expecting praise, which is kind of his MO, doing something utterly reprehensible and expecting praise. No, I'm not going to jack you off. I don't think anyone should. I think everyone should treat you for what... If you want to cast doubt on this, why don't you just come out and say, look, this person has asked me to false flag videos. That would have done it on its own. You didn't need to fucking sit on it. Are you just fucking retarded, or do you just enjoy playing these sick games with people? Or both. I'm going to go with both. And by the way, asshole, what the fuck was with that video? 20 minutes of which were you asserting repeatedly that you beat me in an argument several months ago. And you didn't. You resorted to the same fucking cliches. You changed the subject every time I bring up a point. You know how you win in an argument? The other person says you won the argument. And other people have beaten me in arguments. And I've admitted it. You haven't. You've done shit. And what the fuck are you doing still hanging around? Like, and why the fuck did Rich Randall have to fucking tell me that you made an attack video to me? Like, do you have no balls whatsoever? You can't post that shit as a response? You can't send me a PM like, hey asshole, I made a video against you? And you challenged me in it to debate you on Stickcam? About what? And why the fuck would you do that and not fucking inform me? God, you're fucking retarded. So anyway, this is the shit I've had to deal with long before even this crap came up. And now Mad Shangy has exposed a false flagger. He goes by the name Chromosomes XXY and Rogue One Kiwi and a couple of other channels. Let me double check this guy's name. I have it. Yeah.